Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series, January 24th, I believe. 1987 is where we are headed to next. And as mentioned, 87 has been a difficult year thus far, and we're not even a month in. Just a lot of talent that is not ready for this opportunity they're being given. Other talent that is, I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe they're in a difficult stage in life, or they are toward the end of a run. Anyway, Bob Bradley and Scott Casey open us up. And this is actually, the more research I do, I don't think he is the WWF Bob Bradley. I believe he's the West Coast Bob Bradley. But anyway, um, we do see Bob Bradley and Scott Casey. This is a match that one could very easily say is an athletic challenge for both guys in a positive way. Scott Casey, of course, has been around the area for a couple of years at this point, on and off. Casey is connected with the fans. The fans are happy to see him and are, excited by his return. Casey has been a singles champion before, and obviously hoping to return to that particular journey again. Match is very basic, arm bars, arm locks, and the likes early. Casey comes out, I guess I would say, ahead with the power advantage. Bradley has the speed and agility advantage. Monkey flip out of the into the middle of the ring by Casey. Casey then hangs onto the arm. They get a good 7-8 minutes out of this thing with real basic wrestling, including ride time. Bradley makes his way to the ropes, has some difficulty, heads out to the floor, but also gets knocked onto the timekeeper's table. Casey brings him back in the hard way, including a outside in suplex, lands right in the middle of the ring, and we are extremely happy, I guess you'd say, to see a reverse chinlock on Bradley. Bradley, of course, the blonde version. I need to do more research on Bob Bradley here. Because I am getting confused between the two. I think he was referred to as Battle Cat, so that makes me think he's the WWF one. But the body type seems different. Also, he only would have been about 5 years into the business by this point. Anyway, Bradley does kind of hold on to his bearings for a little bit. Shots by Bradley and Casey, they go brawling against each other, sharing the, benefits of forearm strikes, and then we see an inverted atomic drop. Referee calls the bout as a time limit draw. Then we move on to the next in the series of matches, Roberto Soto versus Killer Tim Brooks. Not exactly a good match if you're Soto, in the sense that Brooks is an older guy who's going to guzzle you with power moves if he's given the opportunity. Soto is a main star in both Japan, Puerto Rico, and the like. Brooks, a slower guy, been around the territory for quite a bit. Match probably put here to get as much time as they can out of it. Basic moves by Brooks. Brooks with kind of the nerve hold and the other sort of thing. Then we see a reversal by Soto into the corner with the head scissors takeover into a pinning combination. Don't think I've ever seen that pin before. Kind of cool to see. Seen it twice now from him. But then we see Al Madril and Brian Adias addressing the Von Erichs. The team of Madril and Adias are the America's Tag Team Champions. They talk about wanting to get even with the Von Erichs and take them out. Also talk about taking Kevin out, one of the two of them, to be the one to defeat him for the World Championship. We move into Brian Diaz versus Manuel Villalobos. That is a very, I wouldn't say one-sided match, but obviously meant to get Diaz over, and that's the majority of the match. Diaz takes the match to the mat, front face locks, and very basic holds and the like. Villalobos, though, does come up, holding on to the arm, but a body slam by Diaz. Diaz obviously showing more the heel tendency now, trying to take any advantage he can get, including cheating wherever he can. Matches slower in style with Diaz managing to hit a Russian leg sweep, 1, 2, and 3 for the victory. Dingo Warrior and Almadrill, obviously Warrior not getting as much as he wants with the extinction, for lack of a better term, of the Percy Pringle dynasty. Warrior wearing purple tights here and face paint, of course. Madrill hangs around on the outside of the ring. It's clear that he really doesn't want to be in there with the Warrior. He seems to delay as long as possible. Steps in the ring, steps out of the ring. Lots of delays here. Warrior has promised that 1987 is going to be his year. Reality is, by probably about 5 or 6 months from now, he's working C shows for the World Wrestling Federation, but here he's on top. It would be interesting to figure out who was the one that saw the Warrior, who said bring him in. Obviously, Vince makes the final call, but just interested to see who makes that initial find and says, hey, bring the guy in, because obviously changes wrestling history. Warrior with purple trunks and red and black face paint. Warrior seems to have found his connection with the fans, referring to the young Warriors in promos and the like. Madrill hits the buckle pretty hard when Warrior moves out of the way towards the end of the match. Then we, post this, we will go to a six-man tag team match. Obviously, six-man tags, a big deal in the world-class territory, have been almost from the beginning of the territory in 1982, but Warrior still manages to handle his one-on-one affairs. Interesting that you do see Madrill try to slow him down. A lot more psychology than your average Warrior match, trying to get more time out of the Warrior than is average and admittable. And one thing WWF never does is push the Warrior too far. Warrior does manage to pull him up and does the, what I would consider kind of the all the way around attempted clothesline, but Madrill bails to the outside. Warrior brings him over the top rope with a bear hug, just a really weird drag type move. Warrior grabs the bear hug and just an awkward bear hug. If you ever want to see something that's worth putting into a GIF, this would be it. Warrior eventually does get your victory. Run in from Brian Diaz with the steel chair, and there's an attack there. Warrior wins by disqualification. Your main event: Matt Bourne, Master G, and the Grappler versus Lance Von Erich, Tony Atlas, and Steve Simpson. They are given about 5 minutes, a little bit less. I've never understood the timing out of this show, and that's one thing that everybody who's been on national television has taught me, is that you got to time yourself out right. Just seems like there's a lot of back and forth with the timing of this show. Anyway, brawl between Lance Von Erich and Matt Bourne early. Von Erich with the up and over, attempts to go for the O'Connor roll, doesn't get what he wants out of it. Drop kick by Von Erich, and he is cleaning house. I would say he's probably, of the three, maybe the most over babyface because of his history and the Von Erich name in the babyface corner on this particular occasion. Master G comes in and winds up in the babyface corner for a bit. With less than 3 minutes to go, Simpson tags in, and Simpson gets caught in a front face lock, and then we see Tony Atlas tagged in. He gets in there with the Grappler. Tony Atlas, a guy who is less than a year off WWF television. Certainly, Tony had his fair share of life issues by this point, addiction to cocaine, among other things, and still looks like $1 million, though. Tag off, Lance Von Erich back in. Von Erich is cleaning house on the grappler, trying to get the grappler's mask off. Spends a little bit of extra time doing that. Percy Pringle on the outside, seconding Master G and Matt Bourne. Not happy with the attempted removal of the mask. And tag off to Steve Simpson. Simpson, former television champion who has been a major force in Texas for the last little while. A couple of drop kicks. Tag off to Tony Atlas. Atlas catches the grappler with a big press slam into the middle of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Tony Atlas gets your victory, and we close this particular edition of World Class right here with that. Till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.